I should have got two. Okay, let's go live. This one's dirty. Easy peasy. Schmeagol. Oh no, do I have 3 of these now? Uh-oh. I think I do. Yep. 3 of the same. It's fine. Because it's my birthday, my love, and I want it. This is the flowers, that's the rose. Wings and butterflies. Golem. There's another flowers, I think. Yep. Two more. Maybe one more of the small flowers. Oh, this is the other one. What now? Oh, that's a good idea for a second. Alright. Got this box. And we're gonna put the broken mold in it. And then eventually we'll fix it. Okay. flip. There we go. Oh. Junk butts. Hold on. This box has my address on it. So I gotta find a marker to mark it out with. Happened to my Sharpies? You know what? Let me check my bins. There we go. Plenty of Sharpies. Do that there. All over. And then let me do it on this. Okay. Okie dokie artichokes. So, I don't think any damage happens. Right there on the back side, which is just not the part that needed to come out clean. All of the damage was on the inside. And this is a really rare mold. I don't suspect that I'll be able to find one again. I can't even find the mold companies like, I think I found the mold company, but it's not in the catalogs that I found in the Facebook groups. So, there are tiny pieces that I have to put back like a puzzle. If I can. And then there are pieces in here where there are more tiny pieces, but there's also just others. And some of these pieces are from, it was boxed with another mold. I think it was that antler mold that I was cleaning earlier today that had all the broken pieces on it. But yeah, if I can find all of the pieces and get those together, it'll be great. We'll do the big pieces first, and then the small pieces after. And then so much of the mold is still there that when I go back to fill stuff in, it'll be easy to put that detail back in, because the vast majority of this is actually well preserved. So that's that box. Flipping the camera, jump scare warning. Hello. Just realized that I have more molds on the floor. That's a teapot and teacup set. I think it's just the teapot. I have the teacup and I have the snack tray for it, but the snack tray mold is very, very old. So, decisions have to be made there. Should probably continue. These gigantic mold straps that are. I think I'm gonna toss them. Because they're cracked and old. I'd rather have new straps that don't break on me. So much to do. I feel like I do this every time. Try not to get overwhelmed and stick to one thing. So right now, we're clearing off. We can do it. Right now, we're clearing off the slab roller. We can do it. Even if we're just moving some stuff to another spot and out of the way. It's gotta go back in the house. Do I have a pile of things that need to go into the house yet? I don't think I do. Expired bottle of sweet sriracha. Alright. Be right back. I'm going to stick this behind me on that shelf. Wonder. Yes, that'll do. That will do. Okay. Flip to the other side. The most overwhelming thing about this part is I have a bunch of buckets in front of me that are in the way. Save the elastics from your masks. You can reuse these for clothes. Okay. So there's some. I assume this is a slab that I rolled out. Rolled out a slab to make ornaments, and then the ornaments never got made because my dog got sick. I made some of them. But then my dog was sick. Need to switch. I have a mountain of styrofoam on top of the shorter pink shelf, and then I have the box with my plastic that I use way more than those pieces of styrofoam, and my newspaper up high. Also, my instructor at college had these in like a bin. That's what I need, a bin for these. Okay, well, I wrapped it. Is the slab still wet? It's leather hard, but moldy. Not the top, because the plastic is in the way. I'll show you guys in a sec. I have to think about, I'm going to keep the clay. Moldy clay isn't a thing, but is the board savable? I also don't want to take a big whiff of this shit. Okay. It's all mold. And yeah, the clay is leather hard, which is funny. I figured it'd be dry by now. So I'm gonna have to remove everything from this. We already have some drying. We need to get it into water as soon as possible. I know I have a little loafer's bin somewhere. That one's dry. It is possible that I just reclaimed all my loafers, so I do not really have an open bin or bucket for it. Clean bucket. Just need to make it very clear. I have an air purifier running. That is the sound that you're hearing. I have to think about this. Like the leather hard stuff I could break into smaller pieces and let it dry, which is probably what I should do. That's what I did with this. I already have a sponge. working with it. So we'll use that to wipe everything off. Doing it the slow way to hopefully kick up less of the silica. Part 1, easy peasy. This is going to be the new drying bit. For that, we're going to pull all the bone dry pieces off of here. Can say that I was pretty much expecting it to be moldy. If I'm not going to listen to an audiobook and I'm going to talk to myself, I'm going to take my AirPod out and save the battery. Okay. The rest of this is like a pretty big slab. Just realized one thing that I can do to help. It is currently 72% humidity in here. And if I empty out my dehumidifier and turn that on, it will be much less wet in here. So, let's do that. That might be what it is. The camera. Let's unhook it. Open up the garage. It is raining. A lot of garbage over here. Whew. All right, let's let her rip. that gets itself started. That'll be a great help. Those are completely dry scraps breaking down. We're gonna break these. There is mold on the bottom. It's not gonna hurt me though. The silica is more of a problem than the mold is. I'm not allergic to mold as far as I know. And it's green. Break it into smaller pieces than this. Smaller the better. I love that it's jumping into my overalls. You don't have to be too sad. I did get a few Christmas ornaments done last year. Before my dog got sick. Or while my dog was sick. While he was having better days. This year I want to make more teapots and teacups and maybe get them into a store. So local, like goth. There are a couple local goth coffee shops here that some of my colleague friends, acquaintances that I want to be friends in the area are selling in. So I at least know that these places are taking art. So that would be nice. Get a little more reliable income than markets, which are not always reliable. It's a pizza. These are like thick. I made these really thick. Maybe too thick. Okay. I'm going to do it like this. I want to keep these nearby so I know that that bucket goes to it without having to label it. And then I'm going to wash my hands because they feel gross. And again, I'm remembering that I don't have any clean towels. And I need to do my studio laundry from 3 months ago. Let's see if any of this will wipe off. It's not the best. I wish that it was sunny out because then I could set these out in the sun. Let the sun dry them out. Let's move some stuff out of the way of my belly. Normally I wouldn't do this. I'm gonna go dump this outside. I'm gonna do it through the door. Not where my dog goes though. Shit. Not through the door. Maybe we should give it one more wipe down. Ugh. I don't think it's gonna help much, and I don't want to oversaturate the paper. Yeah. It's not helping much. It's fine. We're gonna let this thing dry out somewhere. Oh, the back is all moldy too. This might be a throw out. I think I'm gonna go stick this. I have a junk pile in the back, or on the side of the house. Never mind. We tried. If it penetrated all the way through, I don't think it really has any hope. Now this hole, it's all covered in mold too. This we can fix. This, no problem. Not a problem. Not a problem. Thought I was gonna get all the green off, but don't have a proper stream of water in there. All right. And once again, I'm gonna dump this outside. I got thrown on the floor. Oops. Okay. A plus. It's all clean. We won't talk about all of that. We're getting to it. So now it's, do we clean more molds? I think that answer is yes. If we get all these cleaned, try to think reasonably about this because I've got one open shelf on the bottom where I can put cleaned molds on, and then I can leave molds on the table, and that'll probably be it for as much of that as I can do today. But it's still, yeah, it's either that or stop doing molds and start going through old work, not old work, but unpacking all the work from last market season. And I need to go through and decide what stuff is completely done and what stuff needs a little extra, a little zhuzh, a little gold luster. Or pull out my China paints, which I hope are okay. I left them in here all winter. Yeah, let's just pull biggest shit. So it's easy to put on the bottom shelf and work from there. Excited about this teapot. Oy. Get you guys back in your proper seat. There we go. Plug you in. 36% battery. Okay. This, I have a cauldron. Some other big things. I'm gonna be very angry at myself. Hey, my box cutter! Hooray! I've been using a weird knife. It hasn't been good. It sucked, actually. Alright, is this a cauldron? Because I thought I saw it again, and somebody was saying it was a violet pot. But it looks like a cauldron to me. It is very dirty. Witch's Cauldron is written on the outside of it. Not stamped, just written. I'm also think I'm going to take the pieces out of this box and get it out of my way. Uh-oh. Okay. Jeez. All right. Dirty water. Move this damn teapot over. Clean water. And then we'll clean these big ones. It's not fun, but it's studio life. You have to clean your junk. That's what happens. happens. I don't generally clean up at the end of the season anyway, so I can't say that I've done something out of character for myself. I usually being the past two holiday seasons, I just kind of leave everything until spring, and then I come back and clean everything. Because in the winter it's quite cold in the garage, and it's too hard to keep it warm. Alright, this one actually, at the top at least, looks worse than it was. So you have to, I haven't shown you the bottom yet. It's got a little bit for a spout, and then 2 notches to put a handle in. And it has holes marked on the notches. So. Yeah, this is definitely not what I... this is definitely a cauldron and not a violet pot. It's not the violet pot that I saw, and I was like, that looks like the thing I just bought, but that one said it was a cauldron. It's a cauldron. So it's got its little feet in the bottom, and its little notch for the lip to pour things out. So my plan, I think it's 4:45 my time. My dog eats dinner at 5:30, so I'm gonna work until just before 5:30. And then I'll call it a day. I'll call it an accomplished day. Even though I just put more stuff on top of the slab roller, it's still clean, and I got all the mold up, so we can call that a W. There's some really these duct tape on it. That's no good. Don't use duct tape. When I say tape your molds, when you're shipping them, don't use duct tape. Use painter's tape. Painter's tape the best, but packing tape is fine as well. But I'm gonna scratch into this mold trying to get this duct tape off. The sticky stuff on the tape will create like a barrier on the plaster, and water won't be able to pull out water evenly like this. Just need people that come across large lots of vintage molds to ask an expert. Really, how do you ship these things? How delicate are they? More than just, how much can I get for this? I can tell the insides aren't that bad. It's just looks like stains. They're using a different clay than I would use. Not everybody uses porcelain in slip molds. So this color will transfer. A soft brush into these feet. Will it reach? No. It will not. Sometimes the only thing you can do with these molds to get them clean is just cast them. And then throw away the first cast. I got just the clay for that. Switching my porcelain. Gotta use up what I have because I am not wasteful. This shit is not cheap. Maybe I'll reclaim it and give it or sell it to somebody. I don't know if I can sell it. In good conscience. It'll be fine. But probably more or less give it away. Maybe if I ever get that studio assistant I've been wanting, they can have it. They can help me keep the studio clean so it's not this messed up. Alright, this is not. Yeah, I'll probably have to do a test pour to get all of the yuck out and then toss it. Toss the casting, not the mold. Whew, alright. So, cauldron. Oh yeah, I didn't finish getting the budget. Alright. This is the Coles. C-O-L-E. Bavarian teapot mold. I got it for a very reasonable price, which is always nice. I'm gonna empty this. I feel it in my back. It's sitting on my butt for like 3 months knitting, playing video games. On my feet and working. It's a lot. I'm also a little congested. Hoi, hoi, hoi. All right. get... I gotta find the teacup I did a test for. Hey Taylor! We're cleaning molds. Still cleaning the studio. This is probably a first somewhat full day in the studio. Except I'm gonna dip out in like a half an hour. But I have a new teapot. I have its lid. And I already had its teacup, which I'm gonna go grab. Show you I casted one to test out. I think that, so this is the tray. There's also a tea saucer. That's the word. But I don't have it. I only have the tray and the teacup, which doesn't... I wonder if there's another teacup. This one doesn't technically fit. It does sit on it, though. So this, and then I have the teapot. But the mold for this one is really messed up. Anyways, I'm gonna reclaim these eventually. But here's hoping I can get a good cast out of them. So anyways, I got this pretty good deal. Ooh. I think it was something like, it was supposed to be like $75. It was this, the teapot, the lid, and a cowboy hat. And she lists all her stuff with shipping already. But I go pick it up because she lives across the river. And I think it was like $55 for the teapot, the lid, and the cowboy hat. And I feel like I've seen this easily go, you know, they put it up for $75 and then add like $50 of shipping on top of it. Also, I was just thinking about, I have 2 molds that are supposed to be delivered today. And they hadn't been delivered by the time I came back out from lunch an hour ago. Hour and a half ago. This one's got a lot of scratches. Not my fave. Kind of put myself in a sensory nightmare. I have all this newspaper down because I'm trying to keep the plaster off of the table. I don't want it to mix with my clay and cause problems. But now I'm dealing with wet newspaper. And turns out that's quite unpleasant. Who'da thunk it? Oh, thank you. Friendship necklace. I love it. I'll wear it all the time. How's your Animal Crossing island going, Taylor? Did Wolfgang end up moving in? Trying to knit these socks for my Nana and busy with other stuff. I haven't been playing much, but not yet. Kurt just moved out. I haven't checked since I played with you. I also, like, right after we figured out that you couldn't give me those crabs, I tried for like an hour and none even showed up. It was so frustrating. This is why I don't. I gave up. Yeah. I know there's like a strategy to like track them in the corners so they can't run away. But trying to swim around the perimeter takes a long time. Alright. She clean. Gotta run though. Last little bit of time before bath and bed. No problemo. Problemo. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good evening. I gotta start getting up earlier so that I can get out here earlier, so that I can hang out with my husband. Just thinking about like what my schedule was before the holidays, and I was doing, come in here at like 11 or 12, work until lunch, take a lunch break, and then come and work until like 7. And I don't know if I could do that. Then I would only have, like, my husband goes to bed at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'd have an hour with him. That's not sustainable. It's okay when I like have to be busy, but if I don't have to be busy, I dropped my sponge. There's my grabber. Haha. I win. But yeah, if I don't have to rush, I don't need to be ignoring my husband. I like to hang out with him. Alright, that wasn't really dirty. Clean cowboy hat. This is the lid for the teapot. The lid. It's cute. I'll show you guys. I'm going to show it again. There's a little flower for the handle. It's a tiny flower. I think that's adorable. Look at it. It's a tiny flower. It's so cute. This one's, like I said, just like the teapot, this one's not that dirty. Alright, what next, ma'am? These are all so big. I hate dealing with the low shelves. Okay. Witch cauldron? Going on the shelf. Top ring to the witch cauldron. Teapot halves. Teapot halves. Scratch that on my microphone. Sorry. I'm gonna wipe it off. Whew, okay. And then I think there's just enough space for the lid. Cowboy hat. It's fine. I feel like these teapot base, it's not that functional. Okay. Good job. This junk is soaked. Okay. Pumpkin head. Actually, I got a second one of these. This one looks dirty enough to clean. Teapot, look for lid. I've only got one of the lids between the two teapots. But took so long to find the first one. The second one came up and I was like, might as well. Might as well. Excuse me. Since the lid is so little. I could probably cast two of those in the time that it takes me to cast these individually, you know? And if I find another lid, then I have another lid. And I've got a backup of my favorite teapot set. I see nothing wrong here. Funny story. My phone was at 30 something when I put it on the charger, and now it's at 29, which means this cord is borked. I need a new cord. And it's the worst kind, the freaking USB A or whatever to Lightning. But ain't nobody got USB-C ports. I got one USB-C port. And, you know, one block somewhere else. Teapot 2. Clean these. We'll see how much room we have on the table after we give these the insides a good wipe down. I'll try and get as many as I can off of the table. And then in like a day or two, when everything's dry, I'll put all my teapots together. With all my teacups. Try to get all of my cup, goblet, molds for the functional stuff. Gotta get those all together. So that's what we're doing. Functional pieces. That's what the name of the game is this year. We're gonna do up all the stuff from last year and make it prettier. The new stuff is gonna be teapots and teacups. I don't want to make any more trolls. I might make some more trolls this year, but just thinking about like exhausting. I made so many skulls last year. That is funny. Is it the same side? Ooh, it's not the same side. So I got stains on this one on this side, and stains on this one on this side. And it's funny because when I bought it, I was like, does it just always get stained on that side? But no, they're opposite sides, so I could, if they're staining, put the clean sides together. Oh no, this one's got stains on both sides. It's also got sodium silicate on the outside. That's how I know this is mine. The one that I already had. Poured it recently. I did 3 sets. One of them I haven't glazed yet, and one of them glazed and didn't craze, and it was the new glaze, and I think the new slip was the new slip. And it came out fine, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to switch slip now. Because this old stuff, it's fine for sculptural work, and most of the time it's fine with like the Amico Celadons. Most of the time, but does not like the Amico Clear. This is Pumpkin Head, which it is. I see eyes in there. But they're not so... Doesn't have a mouth? He doesn't have a mouth. Oh, he does have a mouth. It's traditional. It's a traditional pumpkin mouth, but they're not so deep that I can't rub the detail out and do it up my way. So. And I think I said this yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Whenever I was cleaning the other pumpkin mold, I don't think it was yesterday, I think it was Monday. I think I said this Monday. That pumpkin molds are so hard to find. Like, they get bought up so fast. It's pumpkins and mushrooms, any of the Halloween stuff. So everybody is a little spooky. You have to assume that stuff, it's people who have ceramic painting places and that stuff kind of sells better. I'm live for 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break. I started this one a little bit sooner. Okay. Looking good. This has clay on the outside. Can't just do the pouring surface. You also have to do the outside too. Clay on any surface can be dangerous when it dries. I'm gonna put those there. Clean our sponge. And then grab some more molds to clean. Oh, do a big stretch. Goblet molds are covered in sodium silicate. Honestly, these are clean. Don't know what to do with it. I poured this like once. Think about what do I have space for? Probably for all that. Alright, clean these last 3 things. I'll leave them out to dry, and then we'll come back tomorrow, maybe, if I'm not too tired from today. So, tomorrow, Monday, finish cleaning. I don't know, these might need more than a day to dry, but let's hope. Some newspaper in there. Let's hope that the dehumidifier working its hardest will help substantially. We'll check. Tomorrow it may be too soon to put these things away. So maybe tomorrow we'll unwrap and unbox all the stuff from the markets that's left over. While this stuff still dries. That's a good plan. This mold. No, it has a Clean, K-L-E-I-N-E Co. I'm gonna see if I can keep that in my head and then see if I can find a mold catalog for them. Make some tea for one sets. I want to do a couple. I need to get the pink slip mixed up. Let's do a couple tea and heart-shaped cup sets with those. And I need to do some like digital art because I want to make some underglaze silk screens. And since it's getting sunny out, sort of the perfect time. I do have a light though. Just 'cause I got so much of the paper silkscreen sheets. I made one 2 summers ago maybe. I just overexposed it. So sorry if I keep hitting this. Maybe I'll do better this year and not overexpose it. I thought that I wanted the bigger goblet. But I think it's deeper. I don't know. There was one on eBay. I have it saved, but the first picture is messed up. And the second picture, I just think it looks weird. I have to double check it. Can't remember if it was like too tall or too wide. But I was like, I don't know about that one. We'll see. We shall see. I also need to check. I'll do it off stream after I end, but let's see if my stuff got here. And then it's even more molds to open and clean. And then I still have 1 or 2 more on the way. It's fine. Just finish cleaning them. And then we'll organize them and get rid of the ones we don't need. Alright. I'm gonna let that water sit. Oi! What a day. Okay, friend. friendos. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you tomorrow. Be unwrapping and organizing all of the finished work to see what needs to be, I should be saying this on the camera. We need to see what needs to be, what is done and doesn't need anything else done to it. What needs a little extra zhuzh. And what's broken and needs to be kintsugi'd. I'm gonna have to do like we'll do a stream with repairing that mold that I showed you guys earlier, and then we'll do a kintsugi stream when I get around to fixing all of those broken things. And what else? I don't know. I have so much content ideas that we're gonna get around to once the studio is clean. We're still, if I can put in 5 days, we'll say a week, probably maybe by this time next week, we'll either be finishing cleaning or we'll be ready to start doing something that's not cleaning. But I still, molds to clean, stuff to unpack, buckets to clean, I had to clean the floor. You gotta rearrange things, just organize molds, not really, I already rearranged everything that's getting rearranged as far as I know. So much clay to reclaim. And then we gotta get through all of that clay. I gotta buy new clay. And I gotta buy some glazes now that it's warmer out. So much to do. See you guys tomorrow.